What's up, everybody? Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday today on Friday, June 28th, 2024. Here are some celebrities that share a birthday with you today. Elon Musk is 53. Actress Kathy Bates is 76. Tashina Arnold from Martin, she's 55. Actor John Cusack from Chicago is 58. Singer Kelly Pickler turns 38. And today was happy heavenly birthday to Pat Mr. Miyagi Morita, who was born in 1932 and passed away in 2005. So Mr. Karate Kid trainer himself would have had a birthday today on June 28th. Hopefully everybody had a great week. Been a crazy week. NBA draft is over. NHL draft is starting tonight. NHL finally is over with their season. We have a few weeks left until training camp starts for most teams. And I'll go over training camp dates and weeks for you. Actually, not next week, after. So yeah, definitely a lot of stuff coming up. On the show, though, we are going to talk about the NBA draft. We're going to talk a bit about what's coming to Netflix and Hulu and a little bit of Peacock during July. I can't believe it. Monday is July 1st already. That means that summer is in its technical second month, because a lot of people say right after Memorial Day is summer, even though officially it don't start till June 20th. We're already in the second month, so that is crazy. Can't believe that that's happening. But there is a show next week, even with 4th of July, but I'm going to record it on Wednesday and release it on Wednesday. So you'll get to hear my 4th of July show before 4th of July, so it'll be pretty cool. And then next week I am going to try, if I can find it, to re-release my July 4th show that I did with music on YouTube. I'm going to re-release that on Facebook for people to go and listen to it. So make sure you check that out. Next week it'll be posted, if I can find it. I'm sure that it's there somewhere. I just got to look for it. The only place you can still hear my old shows with the music is YouTube. You can follow my YouTube channel below in the section that talks about the show. You'll see all the things that you can follow me on, and where to follow me. So YouTube, TikTok, all that, Facebook, all those places. So make sure you follow me on all the social media. But yeah, I will be re-releasing on my Facebook page with a link that. But yeah, if you want to, you can go listen to all my old shows on there. All of them are still up. It's funny because on iHeartRadio they all got deleted, but on YouTube they're all still there. So you can listen to current shows and the old shows on there by just going to my YouTube page. Pretty cool. I'm glad that they're still floating around there. I didn't want all that work I did for all those years to go to waste over some stupid copyright crap. It's so dumb. They didn't make money off of it, but neither did I at the time. And I did make a very small amount of money off of it. I think it was like less than $100. So, I mean, it's not like I made anything big out of it. But yeah, kind of ridiculous that they do it like that. But that's okay. You can go to my YouTube and still hear it. So make sure you check that out. Unless you're in like Russia and a couple other countries, it's blocked. All right, so let's go into our first topic. Let's talk a little NHL really quick. All right, so first off, I want to give a big congratulations to our Chicago Blackhawks rookie, Connor Bedard, who won Rookie of the Year. This kid was amazing this year, and he did it on a short schedule because he missed some games. So check this out. He only played 68 games total in his rookie year because of injury. Okay, happens. Guys get hurt. Even rookies get hurt. But 68 games played. He had 22 goals, and he had 9 assists, or 39 assists. He had 61 points total in 68 games. That's almost a point per game that he had. After him, these next 3 rookies, Faber, Hughes, and Cooley, all played 82 games. Only had 8 goals and 39 assists for Faber, 9 goals and 38 assists for Hughes, and 20 goals and 24 assists for Cooley. Okay, that is an amazing stat line, because not one of these players, the most goals scored by a rookie this year was 22, and that was by Connor Bedard. He had a couple at 21, and he had one at 21 and a couple at 20. Assists, he did tie with a few people at 39. Him and Faber had 39 assists. That's it. And then Hughes had 38. Cooley 24. Evangelista had 23. Nyes had 20. So, I mean, yeah, there was a few 20s and 24s in there. But, yeah, Connor Bedard was amazing. So, this kid definitely deserved in 68 games to win Rookie of the Year. That's an amazing stat line, though, if you think about it. In 68 games, he had 61 points. Imagine if he would have went the full 82. What he would have done. Okay, so my hat's off to Connor Bedard. I am glad he's a Chicago Blackhawk, and I'm glad he's locked in through a rookie contract with us. Hey, maybe next Rookie of the Year we're going to have is Caleb Williams. We'll see what happens. But that would be amazing for Chicago to have 2 Rookie of the Years in the same. Would it be the same year? Oh, kind of, yeah, because it would be the same. The season would end in January for the NFL. But technically it's for this season. So, yeah, 2024, we could have 2 Rookie of the Year players on 2 different teams for us. It's definitely not going to be the Sox or the Cubs, and right now it's not going to be the Bulls. So it'll be the Bears and the Blackhawks, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's go into the Florida Panthers. After having a 3-game series lead in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, won it in Game 7. It had to go all the way to 7 games. Now, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm usually not. Okay, we all know this. Anybody that follows me on social media knows I make fun of conspiracy theorists all the time. But it just seems very strange to me that Edmonton was able to come back and win 3 straight to go on to a Game 7 and lose there. Very, very strange to me. Now, you're going to say, but Robbie.G, we had the Dallas Mavericks down 3-0 and they won a game. Yeah, they won 1, okay, and then lost in 5 to Boston. Not in 7, okay. They weren't up 3-0 and then blew a 3-game lead and then ended up going to 7 games. That is a ridiculous amount. So you're telling me in 3 games, Florida couldn't close it out against Edmonton. One of the games being in their home. It just seemed really sus to me. I don't know. I like I said, I'm not a conspiracy nut, but at the same time, this one is possibly a little valid. I don't understand how that happens. But, hey, maybe Edmonton just was good in those 3 games. It just amazes me after losing 3 straight that they would win 3 straight and then lose in Game 7. I don't know. That's just me. But I digress. Let's go on. So, the Florida Panthers, congratulations. They won the Stanley Cup, I believe. How many times? Let me see. I think that's their first time ever winning it. All right, so that was, and I love this. I always love seeing new teams win, or teams that haven't won in decades win a championship in any sport. But yeah, for them, the Stanley Cup, that's the first one ever. They have 3 conference championships, 95, 96, 2022 and 2023, and then of course 23-24. Last year they went to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. This year they go against Edmonton and they win it. So congratulations to the Florida Panthers on winning the 2023-24 NHL Stanley Cup. You guys deserve it, and I'm glad. Now, crazy thing is, less than a week later, well, actually in the same week, we have the NHL Draft. So here we go. Let's find out the draft order for tonight's draft and find out who the top 10 prospects will be. Let's look into that. All right, so here we go. Here is the NHL draft order for the first round of the draft. I'm not going to go into any other rounds. We're going to do round 1. That's the most important. Everybody cares about the first round. After that, you might get a few diamonds in the rough here and there, but this is the top round. So here we go. The number 1 pick is going to be the San Jose Sharks. Number 2, my Chicago Blackhawks. So last year we got number 1. This year we get number 2. We should get one more really good prospect to go along with Connor Bedard. The Anaheim Ducks are number 3. Number 4, Columbus Blue Jackets. Number 5, Montreal Canadiens. Number 6, which is funny because the Canadians, weren't they just in? Yeah, they were just in. That's crazy. The Stanley Cup, and they're going to be number 5. Oh, no. Hold on. The Oilers, right? Hold on. Huh. That's weird. All right, well, I'm not huge hockey. I love hockey, but not like that. So I'm just going to go through the list, and you can do what you want with it. Number 5 was, like I said, the Canadians. Number 6, the Utah Hockey Club. Number 7, the Ottawa Senators. 8, Seattle Kraken. Number 9, the Calgary Flames. Number 10, the New Jersey Devils. Number 11, the Buffalo Sabres. Number 12, Philadelphia Flyers. 13, Minnesota Wild. 14, the San Jose Sharks. Number 15, Detroit Red Wings. Boo. Number 16, the St. Louis Blues. 17 is the Washington Capitals. 18 is the Chicago Blackhawks again. Number 19, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. 20 is the New York Islanders. 21 is the LA Kings. 22 is the Nashville Predators. Boo. Number 23 is Toronto Maple Leafs. 24, Colorado Avalanche. Number 25, Boston Bruins. 26, Montreal Canadiens. 27 is the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 28, Calgary Flames. 29, the Dallas Stars. 30, the New York Rangers. 31, the Anaheim Ducks. And number 32 is the Philadelphia Flyers. So those are the 32 first-round draft picks. Let's see who the top 10 draft picks are, according to the top 100 scouting report. Number 1, Macklin Calabrini, a center out of Boston University. Number 2, Artem Yelovanov, a defense out of Michigan State University. Number 3, Ivan Dimduf, right wing from SKA St. Petersburg. Number 4 is Anton Slevin. I'm going to brutalize these names, but that's okay. D. Torpedo, out of Torpedo. I don't know where that is. Number 5, Berkeley Kenton, a center out of Spokane Chiefs. Number 6, Zeev Beenum, a defenseman from University of Denver. Let's see, number 7, Caden Lindstrom, a center out of Medicine Hat Tigers. Number 8, Zane Purak, a defensive guy out of Saginaw Spirit. Number 9, Sam Dickinson, defense out of London Knights. And number 10, Carter Yakimchuk. I think that's how you say his name. Yakimchuk, defensive guy out of Calgary, the Calgary Hitmen. So those are the top 10 picks. I am not going to do any of those NHL. I'm sure they have them. Mock draft things, because honestly, well, you know what, here, let's see, I just want to see where the Blackhawks are going to get at number 2, who they're projecting, just so I can see tonight if it's like right or wrong. But let's see, let's go over the top 10 and see who's going to go. Let's go look up one of those. Hold on. Alright, so let's go over the first 10 really quick. Here's the mock draft. San Jose Sharks are going to get Macklin Calabrini, the center out of Boston University. I can see that because obviously he is projected to go number 1, and usually, not always, but usually in a mock draft they pretty much hit the number 1 on the head for most people. Now, Chicago Blackhawks, it says they're going defenseman, which I could see that because last year they ended up with Connor Bedard. We could definitely use defense, and why not get a young rookie to go and help defend the goal so that Connor Bedard can get the puck more and score more when he plays all 82 games next year. Let's see. So Chicago Blackhawks are going to get Artyom Levshnuvov. I don't know if I said his name right. Probably not. But he is a defenseman out of Michigan State University in the Big Ten. So I'll take that. Number 3, the Anaheim Ducks are going to take Anton Silvalov, a defenseman out of Russia. Let's see, number 4, Columbus Blue Jackets are going to take Caden Lindstrom, the center out of Medicine Hat, the WHL. Montreal Canadiens at number 5 are going to take Zeev Burnham, the defensive guy out of Denver. Let's see, number 6, the Utah Hockey Club are going to take Sam Dickinson out of London OHL, the defenseman. Number 7, Ottawa Senators are going to take Beckett Sanaki, right wing out of Oshawa, the OHL. Let's see, the Seattle Kraken are going to take Karl Yakamchuk, defensive man out of Calgary, the WHL. And then, I guess that's the World Hockey League. I don't really know a lot about the other leagues for that. Calgary Flames at number 9 are going to take Ivan Demidov, a right wing out of Scott Street, Petersburg Jr., Russia Jr. And then number 10, New Jersey Devils are going to take Berkeley Canton, out of a center out of Spokane, WHL. I just want to see, let's see, the Hawks are going to be at number 18. Again, they're going to take, according to this mock draft, they're going to take Jet Lachowsko, a center out of the OHL. So they're going to take another offensive guy. They're going to take an offensive guy at number 18. It's nice having 2 picks in the top 20. Ask the Bears. They had 2 in the top 10. And they got 2 awesome guys with Caleb and Roma Dunze. So, I mean, the Blackhawks have a good chance here. Unless they trade the number 18 pick. I don't see them trading the number 2 pick unless they get like Ryan Poles type haul for it. I doubt they're going to do that. So we'll see what happens there. But we'll see, where they go with this. Go Blackhawks. Hopefully next year we have a couple of great rookies to go with Connor Bedard and get a couple of good veterans. We'll see what happens there. Let's move on. NBA. We have the NBA draft, 2 days. Where did Bronny James end up? Let's talk about it. All right, so let's do this. NBA draft was this week on Wednesday and Thursday, and here's how it went. The Atlanta Hawks, number 1 pick, drafted Zachary Richard. The Wizards at number 2 drafted Alex Starr out of Perth. Number 3, the Houston Rockets drafted Reed Shepherd out of Kentucky. Number 4, the Spurs draft Stephen Castle out of Connecticut. Number 5, the Pistons draft Ron Holland II out of the G League Ignite. 6, the Hornets drafted Tidjane Saloon. I'm not going to say where he's from because I don't even know what that is. Number 7, the Trailblazers drafted Donovan Clingan out of Connecticut. Number 8, the Spurs drafted Ron Dillingham out of Kentucky and traded to the Timberwolves. Number 9, the Grizzlies draft Zach Edey out of Purdue. Number 10, the Jazz took Cody Williams out of Colorado. My Chicago Bulls at number 11 drafted Matas Bazulis out of the G League Ignite. Number 12, the Thunder draft Nicolo Tepik. He's from Kriva Zavita. I don't know where that is. Number 13, Kings drafted Devin Carter out of Providence. Number 14, the Trailblazers draft Bob Carrington out of Pittsburgh, traded to the Wizards. Number 15, the Heat took Khalil Ware from Indiana. 76ers at number 16 drafted Jared McCain out of Duke. The Lakers at number 17 draft Dalton Nietzsche out of Tennessee. Number 18, the Magic draft Tristan Da Silva out of Colorado. Number 19, the Raptors took Jacoby Walter from Baylor. Number 20, the Cavaliers took Jalen Tyson out of Cal. Number 21, the Pelicans drafted Yavis Mizzy out of Baylor. Number 22, the Suns drafted Deron Holmes II out of Dayton, traded to Nuggets. 23, the Bucks draft A.J. Johnson. Number 24, the Knicks draft Keshawn George out of Miami, traded to Wizards. 25, the Knicks draft Paycom Diet. I'm not going to say where he's from, don't know. Number 26, the Wizards draft Dylan Jones out of Weber State, traded to the Thunder via Knicks. 27, the Timberwolves drafted Terrence Shannon Jr. out of Illinois. That plane sounds really bad. I'm scared for my life right now. 28, the Nuggets draft Ryan Dunn out of Virginia, traded to the Suns. 29, the Jazz draft Isaiah Collier from USC. And number 30, the Celtics drafted Baylor Shrem from Creighton. That was the first round. Here's the second round. There's only 2 rounds in the NBA to go over, which is good. Number 31, the Raptors drafted Jonathan Magbo out of San Francisco. Number 32, the Jazz drafted Kyle Flapowski out of Duke. 33, the Bucks draft Tyler Smith out of the G League Ignite. 34, the Trailblazers drafted Tyler Kolek out of Marquette and traded to the Knicks. 35, the Spurs draft Johnny Furpey out of Kansas, traded to the Pacers. 36, Pacers draft Juan Nunez and traded to the Spurs. So Spurs and Pacers like swapped those picks out. Kind of weird. 37, the Timberwolves draft Bobby Clintman out of Carnes, reportedly traded to the Pistons. Let's see, 38, the Knicks draft A.J. Mitchell out of UC Santa Barbara and traded to the Thunder. Number 39, Grizzlies drafted Jalen Wells out of Washington State. Number 40, Trailblazers draft Oso Igdoro out of Marquette, traded to the Suns via Knicks. Number 41, 76ers draft Adam Bona out of UCLA. Number 42, the Hornets drafted KJ Simpson out of Colorado. The Heat drafted at number 43, Nikolai Jerzik out of KK Megabasket, traded to the Hawks via the Heat. 44, the Rockets drafted Pele Larson out of Arizona, traded to the Heat via Rockets. 45, the Kings draft Jamel Shepard out of Houston, reportedly traded to the Raptors. 46, the Clippers draft Cam Christie out of Minnesota. 47, the Magic drafted Antonio Reeves out of Kentucky, and he traded them to the Pelicans. 48, the Spurs draft Harrison Ingram from North Carolina. 49, the Pacers draft Tristan Newton out of Connecticut. 50, the Pacers draft Enrique Freeman from Akron. Number 51, the Knicks drafted Melvin Ajinka from St. Quentin basketball, and he traded them to the him to the Mavericks. Number 52, the Warriors draft Quentin Post from Boston College, traded to Thunder, then to Blazers, then to the Warriors. Damn, that dude went to 3 teams. Whoa, that's crazy. Pistons drafted Cam Spencer out of Connecticut, reportedly traded to the Grizzlies via the Timberwolves. 54, Boston Celtics draft Anton Watson out of Gonzaga. Number 55, shaking my head, Lakers draft Bronny James from USC. 56, the Suns draft Kevin McCullough Jr. from Kansas, traded to the Knicks. 57, Grizzlies draft Ulik Kamchi from NBA Academy Africa, reportedly traded to Raptors via the Timberwolves. And last but not least, the number 58 Dallas Mavericks drafted Ariel Hukporti out of MHP Reason and traded to the Knicks. So there you go. Bronny James is officially an LA Laker. Alright, so let's move on to the LeBron James saga. Of course, everybody knows he waited on his player option to see where Bronny was going to end up. We all knew he was going to do this. He has not opted in yet. Most likely he will still opt out so the Lakers can give him a bigger deal. So here's where it stands with him. The Los Angeles Lakers, of course, drafted Bronny James with the 55th pick in this week's NBA draft. LeBron James must now decide by Saturday, which is tomorrow, whether to opt into a $51.4 million player option for next season. He could also opt out and sign a new deal with the team. The max the Lakers could offer him if he elects to become a free agent is 3 years and $160 million. James' decision comes on the eve of free agency negotiating period. Here's are the key dates and times to know. Sunday at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern Time, teams may begin negotiating with free agents from other teams. They are currently only allowed to negotiate with their own impending free agents. July 6th at 12:01 Eastern. Teams may officially sign the free agents. James isn't the only big-named free agent. Paul George is on a player option. James Harden, Klay Thompson, and DeMar DeRozan are also unrestricted free agents. Will DeMar sign back with the Bulls? I don't think the Bulls are going in that direction. I think that him and Zach LaVine are going to be off the Bulls. I would like to see DeMar come back to Chicago with the young rookies and the young kids, but he still has scoring in him. He can still play a little bit of defense. He's not the greatest defender. I would like to see Zach LaVine gone, but that's going to take a lot. Let's look at the list of free agents that are out there going into Sunday. And here they are. Here is the list of free agents that are out there. See if any of these catch your eye for your team. Precious Achiuwa, he's on there. He's 24 years old. Jose Alvaro, he's on there. Kyle Anderson. Thanos Anakatumbo out of Milwaukee. He's going to be a free agent or can be a free agent. OG Ekaboy. Yaduko Esbato. Abayu-G. I'm sure I'm messing up a lot of these people's names. Let's see. Amari Bailey. Lonzo Ball is on this list. I believe he could become a free agent this year. Mo Bamba is also on the list. I'm just trying to go through a lot of the big ones. Nicholas Batum. Malik Beasley. Patrick Beverly is going to be a free agent. Bismack Biyombo. Bol. Now, a lot of these guys can sign back with their teams if they want to. Miles Bridges. Let's see. There's a lot. There's a ton. Everybody knows this. I'm not going to go through 5 pages. But let's see who the biggest NBA free agents are going to be this year. All right, so here's a list of the biggest free agents of the summer. LeBron didn't make number one. I think everybody pretty much knows LeBron's going to stay with the Lakers. He did all this to play with his son. He's going to stay with the Lakers. He's going to opt out. They're going to give him the 3-year, $160 max that they can give him. He's going to make $160 million, I believe, over 3 years. So, and then he'll most likely retire. Now, there is something funny I saw, and I hope I saved it, but I'm sure I did, because there is something funny that I did see. And I'll talk about that in a second. But here's the list of free agents, the big ones. Tyrese Maxey, point guard out of Philadelphia. Paul George, a small forward out of the LA Clippers. He's got a player option. LeBron James on a player option, of course. Number 4 is James Harden. He's going to be, I believe, unrestricted free agent because he does not have an option, it doesn't say. DeMar DeRozan for Chicago. He is going to be a free agent. Let's see what the Bulls do with him. Miles Bridges, power forward out of Charlotte. Tobias Harris, power forward out of Philly. D'Angelo Russell on a player option for the Lakers. Number 9, Emmanuel Quickley, Toronto. He's a restricted free agent, which means that he can be matched. So a restricted free agent means that if another team makes him an offer, the team that he's currently on, which is Toronto, can go out there and they can match it. And he can stay with Toronto then. So it just depends on what everybody wants to give him and if he wants it. And he wants to go to a different team. He has the right to go wherever he wants. Let's see. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, shooting guard out of Denver, is an unrestricted free agent. Klay Thompson, shooting guard out of Golden State Warriors, he is a unrestricted free agent. Isaiah Hartenstein, a center out of New York, unrestricted. Jonas Valanciunas, center out of New Orleans, he is unrestricted. Buddy Hield, a small forward out of Philly, unrestricted. Number 15 is Kelly Oubre, a small forward out of Philly, unrestricted. Tyrus Jones, a point guard out of Washington, unrestricted. Russell Westbrook is on a player option for the Clippers. Bruce Brown is on a team option, so the team can pick him up. Team and player options have to be in by Saturday before the free agency starts. So, like LeBron James and everybody, they have up until a certain time to go out there and say, I want to opt in to my player. Now, everybody, I think, knows that LeBron won't, because LeBron is smart. LeBron knows that he can make more money if he opts out, and then they sign him to that $160 million deal. There's no way he's not staying in LA when Bronny is there. If Bronny went somewhere else, he'd be going somewhere else with him. But no, since the Lakers got him, and it's funny because I heard rumors that, I don't know how true this is, but it was all over X and everywhere. There was a rumor that the person that's in charge of Bronny and LeBron, their agent, said to all the teams, if you take Bronny James, except for the Lakers and I believe the Suns, those are the only two teams that he did not say this to. He told all the other NBA teams, if you take Bronny James, he's going to not sign his contract and he's going to go play overseas. And so, yeah, they, I guess none of them wanted Bronny James and those problems. So, if that's true, that's some shady shit. But if it's not true, then, it's just NBA rumors. But I believe that's true. I could see that. All right, let's go into, Malik Beasley, a shooting guard out of Milwaukee, unrestricted. And Sadiq Bey out of Atlanta, small forward. He is a restricted free agent. Obi Toppin, a power forward from Indiana, is restricted. Morez Wagner, a center out of Orlando, on a team option. Kyle Anderson, power forward out of Minnesota, unrestricted. Gary Trent Jr., shooting guard out of Toronto, 25. Spencer DeWindy, point guard out of the Lakers, he's unrestricted. Isaac Okoro, small forward out of Cleveland, restricted. Caleb Martin, small forward out of Miami, player option. 28, Derrick Jones Jr. out of Dallas, small forward, unrestricted. DeAnthony Melton, a shooting guard out of Philly, unrestricted. Isaiah Joe, shooting guard, Oklahoma City, team option. 31, Andre Drummond from Chicago, a center. He's unrestricted, can go anywhere he wants. Patrick Williams from the Bulls, he's restricted. He is could go somewhere else if the Bulls don't want to deal with it. Eric Gordon, shooting guard out of Phoenix. Jalen Smith is on a player option, center from Indiana. Sam Hauser, small forward out of Boston. He's on a team option. Let's see if they keep him and run it back. 36, Royce O'Neal, small forward out of Phoenix. Dario Saric, center out of Golden State. Josh Richardson, shooting guard out of Miami, player option. Kevin Love, power forward out of Miami, player option. Gordon Hayward, small forward, Oklahoma City. Precious Achiuwa, center, Toronto, restricted. Alec Burks, New York's shooting guard. Teron Prince, power forward out of the Lakers, unrestricted. Lonnie Walker, shooting guard from Brooklyn, unrestricted. Najee Marshall, small forward out of New Orleans. Luke Kennard, a shooting guard out of Memphis, player option. Kyle Lowry, a point guard out of Philly, unrestricted. Goja Badaz, center out of Orlando, unrestricted. Jose Olivero on a team option, point guard from New Orleans. And finally, Drew Eubanks, a center out of Phoenix. He is unrestricted. So those are the top 50. Oh, Patrick Beverly, I'll mention him, point guard out of Milwaukee, unrestricted. Other than that, there's a ton of them. We got Chris Dunn, Cameron Payne. I'm looking now, Batum. All of them are on here. Aaron Holiday. These are all unrestricted free agents that can end up anywhere they want. So, basically, yeah, there's a lot. Next week, I will go through the full list of where people ended up. By that point, July 6th, they can start signing. So, you're looking at, I'm going to do the show Wednesday. Free agents start Sunday. By Monday, a lot of your big ones are going to be gone. Usually, they're gone within the first few days. LeBron's not going to take any time. They pretty much already, I'm sure, have a deal in place with him. And I believe because he already plays with them, they could be talking to him already. And he probably said, I'll opt out Saturday, sign with you Sunday. Now, will any teams try to woo LeBron? Most likely. But the only way LeBron is leaving is if Bronny goes with him. He is not going to... They are the first father-son duo to ever play in the NBA together. So, on the same team. So you don't think that LeBron's going to stay where Bronny is? So unless there's going to be a sign and trade with LeBron and Bronny to another team, there's no way that that's not going to happen, that they're not going to be there. So we'll see where Bronny ends up. We know where Bronny's going to be. We'll see where LeBron goes. I'm pretty sure everybody knows where he's going. I want to find this really quick because it's a funny thing that could actually happen, which is a scary thought. This is how much, and see, Laker fans, I'm sure, not a lot, now some. I got attacked on TikTok by young Gen Zers, I believe they are, who are excited for Bronny coming to the Lakers. Gen Xers like myself realize that Bronny is not that good, okay? And we all know this. I'll talk about this in a second. But I'm going to read you this first, and then we'll talk about this. The Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly ready to offer a 3-year, $162 million contract, which would keep LeBron James on the team through the 2026-27 season. Bryce James is eligible to enter the NBA in 26. The Lakers just drafted Bronny James. Imagine LeBron playing on the same team with not one, but two of his sons. In 2026, his other son is eligible for the NBA draft. Can you imagine the Lakers signing another James? Here's the thing. Now, I understand. Bronny James had a heart attack in July of last year, which was a year ago. We all know this, okay? It was all over the place. I'm not going to go into the idiots who believe that it's because he got the COVID vaccine and all this other bullshit that these idiots have to say. Okay, this is not a political show, but this is not political. Stop with the coronavirus shots, okay? None of them give people heart attacks. That is not even a thing. I don't care what you think. Go read a science book, okay? And I am going to say this, and I don't care. The vaccine was not rushed. The vaccine was around for decades. They tweaked it for the coronavirus. This is what they did, okay? Everybody knows this by now, except for the deniers, the ones who don't believe in vaccines, the one who don't believe in all this stuff. That's fine. You don't want to get it, you don't have to get it. But the rest of us who did get it because of diabetes like I have, or cancers, or any of the other stuff that people had that they took this vaccine for, that was prescribed to them and told to them by their doctors. I am sorry, but I'm going to believe my doctor over some kid on TikTok that knows nothing about the medical field. I had a kid tell me on there that he works... Hold on, I'm gonna blast this kid out on my show, and I'll give him his 15 minutes of fame. Okay, listen to this. I don't know if he deleted the comment or if it was deleted, but this kid Cody told me that he works for a company where he protects people. I'm like, no, you don't. He's not a medical person, and he literally was out there on my TikTok trying to spread misinformation about the vaccine. The vaccine does not hurt you. A vaccine leaves your body within 3 days. Okay? What it does is creates the antibodies to fight against the said COVID or flu, whatever the vaccine's for. This is what happens. You can read this in any science book. I realize that most of these people that argue on there don't even have a 5th grade education. Most of them probably did not pay attention, especially some of these people on there who are probably out there thinking about who they were going to get laid with next. That's probably what they were doing. But yeah, no, or they were doodling on paper during science class. Anybody with even a 6th grade education knows that vaccines do not stay in your body forever. So the fact of the matter is, these people saying you can have a heart attack a year later, 2 years later, we're almost, 3 years later? It cannot happen. Okay, you could have a reaction to something that you get, like a vaccine, yes. But that's not because of the vaccine. That's because your body has something wrong with it, that it had a reaction. Okay, I can have a reaction to anything. Now, Bronny James obviously did have a heart attack. I don't believe it was vaccine related. But the fact of the matter is, when he came back, he averaged 4.8 a game. That's not even good enough to be... That's like an end of the bench good enough. But not for the NBA draft. They could have drafted anybody and then signed him as like a unsigned, like a free agent, like draft. Okay, they could have did that. They do it all the time in the NFL and other sports. There's no reason to give Bronny James that kind of play just because he's LeBron's son. That is the only reason. I don't care what any of you Gen Zers are saying about it. You guys don't know basketball, okay? Just because you watch don't mean you know it. And you guys can disagree with me in emails. My email is down below. In the show notes, you can see everything that I put. So if you guys want to argue with me on email or come to my TikTok and follow me on there and argue with me on my post, on my video that I did, here's some of the responses that I did get on this. And all right, let's see. All right, so here are some of the comments that I got. Young Salamander said, yeah, that's the worst part. They drafted him for LeBron and Bronny's ego to not be shattered. He would have signed with Lakers, no doubt. Because I said on there that they could have signed him as an undrafted player later on, like this year or whatever. They could have did that. How many championships does your team have? That was Hayden Beeson. It has nothing to do with anything. Okay. Let's see. This guy Crazy said it was the 55th pick in the draft, and they'll more than likely let him walk after season's over. No, they won't. He'll stay there as long as LeBron is there. This is from Justin 18K. He said he went into cardiac arrest last July and didn't get to start playing again until the start of the season. He's very athletic and great defensively. That might be the case, but honestly, it has nothing to do with this. He's not going to be that good yet. And I think they rushed him. Coop says he should have stayed for another year at USC. I agree. Let's see. That's pretty much it. I got a couple insults from people too, but I'm not going to read those on the air. I'm not going to give trolls play. But yeah, so that's basically it. You know, I think Bronny James should have stayed in the college, but I get it. They wanted LeBron. They knew how to get LeBron. Okay? They knew to get LeBron, they were going to have to sign Bronny. Otherwise, he probably would have walked. He could have went anywhere. A lot of teams would have signed him. He's still LeBron James, regardless of being, 40 years old or 39, 40 years old. He's still LeBron James. He can still put up 25 to 30 a game. Or more. He's had more, but I'm just saying, like, that's his average, between 25 and 30 a game. So, there you go. Bronny James, no, I don't believe he belongs in the league yet. I think he should have stayed another year or two. I think eventually, even with his name, he would have went somewhere. Somebody would have drafted him. But I get it. Bron wanted to play with his son. He knows he's on borrowed time. He's not going to last much longer. He's not Tom Brady. I don't see him going until 45, 46 years old. I just don't see that. So I think he plays with his sons. I think this is what they're going to do. And I think the Lakers are stupid for this. My friend Corey and Justin, they are two of the biggest Laker fans in the world. Diehard Laker fans. They are pissed right now about Bronny coming there. They're even more pissed at the thought that LeBron may hijack another draft to get another one of his sons on the team to play with him. Because I don't think you'll ever see it again. We've never seen a father and a son playing together in the NBA. So that'll probably won't happen for a very, 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 very long time again, if it ever happens. But you're definitely probably never going to see two sons playing with a father on the same team at the same time. It probably will never happen besides LeBron. And that's only because he will sign a 3-year deal. And he'll play his 3 years out. Which will put him at, if he's 39 now, it'll put him, 42, 43? Then he'll probably retire. He'll play with his sons for a year, and then he'll go off in the sunset. We're stuck with LeBron probably for 3 more years. Will he be as good as he's been? Maybe not. But even a 25 point per game scoring LeBron is what a team would want. So we'll see what happens there. Let's move on now. I want to do one more little sports thing before I go on to entertainment. This was funny. I saw this and I laughed. It's a Derek Jeter baseball diamond of all the celebrity women he dated. So it's Derek Jeter's dating diamond. The 3 outfield: Mariah Carey, Jessica Alba, and Jessica Biel. Third base, Vanessa Milano. Second base is Scarlett Johansson. Shortstop is Adriana Lima. And first base is Jordana Brewster. I love Jordana Brewster. She's on this list in my top 3 of the women on here. The other 2 would be Jessica Biel and Mariah Carey. They're all pretty, though. I like Scarlett Johansson, too. Pitcher, Hannah Davis, because she had a ring. I see a ring there, so they must have... I think that's his... Actually, is that his current wife? I'll have to look that up in a second. Catcher is McKenna Kelly, and it looks like a batting coach. Batting coach is Tyra Banks. So that is Derek Jeter's diamond. Now, the funny thing is, somebody said, why isn't J-Lo on there? She's not there. And people, roasted this dude. They were like, you got the wrong Yankee. A-Rod dated J-Lo, not Derek Jeter. But I got to look up Hannah Davis really quick. Yes. She is a model and television host. And yes, she is, according to this, Derek Jeter's wife since 2016. So, yeah. That's why she's the pitcher. She's like, if you think about it, the pitcher is the main person on the team. Without the pitcher, all you're doing is who's going to throw the ball. So yeah, and she's the only one with a ring by her. So yeah, damn, he's dated some celebrities in his life: Mariah Carey, Jessica Alba, Jessica Biel, Jordana Brewster. That's crazy. But yeah, so that is Derek Jeter's baseball diamond. That's better than 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. But yeah, definitely love that. They need to do more of those because I'm sure, I'd like to see J-Lo's list and make that into a baseball diamond because you got Ben Affleck, you got A-Rod, you got Diddy. I'm sure there's a lot of other ones. I forgot. There was a bunch of them, I think, that she dated. All right, let's go into the TV and entertainment segment of this. Let's talk Netflix and what's coming to Netflix and Hulu. Peacock, I cannot find a list, which is weird, unless they just didn't release the full list yet. There's still a few days till July 1st. You got the whole weekend, so they might release it later. Big things coming to Peacock, though. I don't know movie-wise, but I know next weekend is... Oh, wait. Before we do that, we haven't talked any WWE yet. So let's look. Next weekend is Money in the Bank. For those who want to watch WWE Smackdown tonight, I heard that it could be a very electrifying episode. There's something with the bloodline, the new bloodline. I have a feeling they're going to coronate Solo Sikoa as the new head of the table. And I heard it could be an electrifying event. It's at Madison Square Garden in New York. That's huge. Okay. Usually when the word electrifying comes up to WWE, that means The Rock will be on there. So we will see if The Rock is going to show up tonight. I have a feeling he will be there. Madison Square Garden's always a big one. I think he's on a break in between movies right now. And even if he's not, what they'll do is they'll fly him out right after he's done filming. He'll fly out really quick to New York. I mean, it's very easy to red-eye from one place to another when you're a celebrity. Hell, WWE may even pick up the private jet with them, so who knows. But yeah, that's the point, is this is huge because if The Rock does show up, will The Rock start the show out and then Solo and all them will interrupt him and tell him to bow down to the new tribal chief? Or will The Rock come out during a Solo Sikoa spot? Will we see The Rock interrupt them? Is The Rock going to be part of the new bloodline? Will he be on Roman's side? Could we see a Survivor Series War Games match where The Rock and Roman team up again, but this time The Rock turns on Roman, setting up them for WrestleMania and showing that he's the leader of the new bloodline. There is so many ways that Triple H could cook on the storyline with The Rock. I could see, now this is my scenario, what I just said. My scenario is have The Rock team up with Roman. So it would be Solo, the Tongans, and this new guy, I think is what, Jacob Fatu? So you have the four of them. Because right now there's four in the bloodline. Okay, so you got four. You could have The Rock and Roman and the Usos. Right there. So you got 4 against 4. If they want to go 5 against 5, you can add a couple more. Believe me, there's enough Tongans and all that to do it. So they could do it if they wanted. But to me, this is the way you do it. Have The Rock and Roman on the same team at Survivor Series War Games. Everything's going great all through the match. And then at the end, when everybody's laid out except for Roman and The Rock and the couple of them, The Rock bottoms Roman right in the middle of the ring. And boom. Solo pins them, or The Rock pins them. Well, actually, The Rock couldn't because they're on the same team. So The Rock turns on him, tells Solo to pin him, and there you go. He's really been the tribal chief the entire time, The Rock. That sets up The Rock and Roman for a match at WrestleMania for the real head of the table. This is how you do it. This is long-term storytelling. The Rock can't be there every single week right now, so this is how you do long-term storytelling. And this is what we grew up watching in the Attitude Era, was long-term storytelling. And what a way to go into January, going into the Netflix. That's going to be amazing. So we'll see what they do. Rock and Roman. We'll see tonight if The Rock shows up. Madison Square Garden, Smackdown tonight. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's go into Money in the Bank really quick. They're not finalized fully yet, so by next Friday night, or by next Thursday when I do the show, we should have the final card, except for maybe like a match that they could throw in last minute next Friday night. But yeah, Money in the Bank is next Saturday, July 6th, so let's go over what they have so far for the matches for Money in the Bank. Alright, as everybody knows, next week, July 6th from Toronto, the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Canada, will host Money in the Bank. 2 ladder matches will take place, and we will have 2 new Money in the Bank holders. So far, the matches on the card: World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest champion versus Seth Rollins. We all know Rollins made his return, and here's stipulations for it. If Seth Rollins loses, he cannot challenge Damian Priest for the title as long as he is world champion. If Damian Priest loses the championship, he has to leave the Judgment Day. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be nuts. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So far we've got Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade versus Chad Gable, with 2 left to be determined. I believe that Drew McIntyre attempted to declare himself for the match but was shot down by Pierce. I have a feeling that Drew will somehow get into the match. There's 2 spots left. Let's see. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match: Io Sky, who won last year, looking to go back-to-back, versus Chelsea Green versus Lacra Valkra, and 3 to be determined. So we still got 3 left for that one. Not sure how they're going to work that. They've got tonight, Monday, and next Friday. So obviously tonight and Monday are going to be big. Usually by that Friday everything is set. So basically I think that between tonight's Smackdown and then Monday night's Raw, we should know who's going to be in it. We also got Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa has taken over the Bloodline in Roman Reigns' absence. Let's see. The new version of the Bloodline has Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loya, and now Jacob Fatu. So there's 4 members. It's a 6-man match, though. But could it turn into an 8-man match? We'll see. So far, CM Punk is not cleared yet. But the Tongans wanted to beat him up and Solo. But he is not going to be... He's not going to be in that match, I doubt. Not yet. That would be a good first match for him to come back in, though, because he wouldn't have to wrestle a lot so he can get his feet wet, but I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be right now a 6-man match. IC Championship, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. We still want to see if somehow this could turn into a fatal 4-way with Sheamus and then maybe Ludwig Kaiser. But I think that they're going to do some other stuff with that. 2024 Money in the Bank prediction matches. United States Championship, Logan Paul versus LA Knight, possibly. Could be on the card, too. But I don't know about that. I think that you should hold that for SummerSlam. I think that would be better for a SummerSlam match. Unless they're going to do maybe like 2 matches and have one at Money in the Bank, maybe have it go to a draw, and then they go into SummerSlam, which is like a few weeks later. So we'll see what happens. We are getting almost to SummerSlam, which is like a huge card. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so that right now is the predictions. Let's see what we got. How many more qualifying matches do we have? So WWE posted this today about SmackDown tonight. So it says Bloodline Acknowledgement Ceremony set for Madison Square Garden. 1 week after Jacob Fatu made his earth-shattering arrival to WWE. So yes, it's going to be... It says 1 week after Jacob Fatu made his earth-shattering arrival to WWE, Solo Sikoa claimed that Roman Reigns will not be returning. A Bloodline Acknowledgement Ceremony is coming to the world's most famous arena. We all know that it is at Madison Square Garden tonight. Can anyone stop Solo's rise to power? So yes, we will see a Bloodline Acknowledgement Ceremony tonight. So there you go. That sets up The Rock. Or Roman, or both. Maybe they'll both be there. Now, of course, rest in peace, WWE did lose, and Roman Reigns did lose his father. Sika passed away last week. I'm sure they will do something for him. Would Roman come in there? Possibly. Look, these guys are all about wrestling. And yes, he is mourning the loss of his father. He's related to Solo and the Usos and all them. So, I mean, obviously, it's probably hard on Solo, too. But these guys, their blood is wrestling. Samoan blood is wrestling blood. Okay, that's just how it's always been in WWE and wrestling in general. So, could you see Roman show up with The Rock tonight? Yeah, you could. Because Roman is the type who knows that wrestling was his father. His father would say, Roman, if you're supposed to be there tonight, I don't care that I just passed away. You do it for the family. And he would. He would be there. But I don't think Roman will be there tonight. I think if they do it, it'll be The Rock. And then more preview. It says right here, Jade Cargill versus Candice LeRae versus Tiffany Stratton. Money in the Bank qualifying match tonight. And then Naomi, Blair Davenport, and Indy Hartwell collide in Money in the Bank qualifier. So there's 2 Money in the Bank qualifier matches tonight for the women. And there's 3 spots left for the women. So my guess is 2 tonight and then 1 Monday. And then we have, listen to this, LA Knight versus Logan Paul versus Santos Escobar for a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Now, I could see LA Knight and Logan Paul going at it so bad with each other that somehow Santos wins and goes on to Money in the Bank, and that would set up LA Knight and Logan Paul for the U.S. title at Money in the Bank. And then I think they still do it at SummerSlam. I think if LA Knight is ever going to beat Paul for it, it'll be at SummerSlam. It won't be at Money in the Bank. I think that Money in the Bank, their hatred for each other spills out so bad that it goes to like a no contest or like a double DQ or something. And that sets up like a no DQ or a big match. Like a last man standing or an I quit or just a no DQ street fight type thing with them. It'll be cool. So I'm excited for that. So we'll see tonight. Will The Rock show up and electrify Madison Square Garden? They wouldn't say it if it wasn't going to be possibly true. And it also says on there, can anyone stop Solo? Well, there you go. Who's two people that could stop Solo? The Rock and Roman Reigns. Or both at the same time. Who could stop him? We'll see. So, yeah, let's move on now to TV and entertainment news. Like we were saying, Peacock, the two big events that I know of that are coming to Peacock, obviously, is Money in the Bank next Saturday. And then, of course, at the end of July, we have the Olympics. And we're going to do some Olympics talk in the next few weeks. Obviously, we'll have lineups and stuff and all that, so we'll talk about the Olympics. We're going to talk about gold medals every week, who's leading. So we're going to have some fun with it during that couple weeks of the Olympics. I'm going to have some fun on the show with that. But right now, obviously, we're going to wait because they're still qualifying people and everything. But there is some Chicago people that are going to be in there. But now let's go on to Netflix and see what is coming to Netflix. One thing that did come to Netflix yesterday for the first time is season 2 of That 90s Show. And I'll tell you now, I watched the first 2 episodes with my wife yesterday night. They were funny. There's only 8 episodes now, and then they're going to release 8 episodes in October for 16 total. Amazing first 2. They were funny. I don't care what people say. A lot of people just don't like them bringing in stuff like that, but I loved it. And I think it's hilarious. I thought the first season was funny. It had a few hit or miss moments, but of course, it's new kids. They have to get used to each other. I think now they are used to each other, and they had a really good chemistry in the first 2 episodes. So if you gave That 70s Show a chance, or That 90s Show season 1, definitely give season 2 a chance because it's really good. I like the first 2. I haven't watched the other 6 yet. We're probably going to finish a few more tonight, and then maybe a few more tomorrow night. We'll get them done. If we could do 3 tonight, 3 tomorrow, we get them done. If not, we'll get them done when we do. But I'm excited for That 90s Show, and I want to see how this season turns out. Let's move on to Netflix and see what's coming to Netflix in July. Big ending to June with That 90s Show season 2, so let's see what we got. Top 3 things coming this month, and I'll tell you the dates in a minute. But the top 3 things to me coming to Netflix: Unsolved Mysteries season 4, Beverly Hills Cop 4, Axel Foley. It's Axel F. And then Cobra Kai's first of the final season. They're bringing it up into 3. It's going to be July, I believe October, and then early 2025. That's how they're doing. They're splitting into 3 seasons, or 3. Yeah, so you get to see a third, and then a third of it. So that's how they're doing it. So here we go. July 1st. About Antoine season 1. Amazing Antoine. American Hustle. American Psycho. Annabelle. All 3 Back to the Future movies. Big Daddy. The Blind Side. Call Me By Your Name. Captain Phillips. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Easy A. Extreme Makeover Home Edition Batch 3. The House Bunny. Jigsaw. The Karate Kid, Lost seasons 1 through 6, Magic Mike XXL, Matilda, The Nun, Paw Patrol the movie, all 3 Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, Star Trek Prodigy season 2, Suits season 9, The Sweetest Thing, Uncle Buck, The Wiz, and Zombieland. July 2nd, Sprint, which is a Netflix sports series. July 3rd, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. It's a Netflix film. 40 years after his unforgettable first case in Beverly Hills, Detroit detective Axel Foley returns to do what he does best: solve crimes and cause chaos. Also, Love is Blind Brazil season 4. That's in Brazil. Let's see, Netflix series, new episodes. The Man with 1,000 Kisses, Netflix documentary. July 4th, Barbecue Showdown season 3. Rhythm and Flow France, that's going to be in France. Let's see, July 7th, Naruto the movie. The Last Naruto the movie. Road to Ninja, Naruto the movie. July 8th, Bad Boys 1 and 2. Let's see, July 9th, Hannah Brenner, We Ride at Dawn, a new stand-up comedy special from comedian Hannah Brenner. Let's see, July 10th. Let's see, those aren't out here. I'm only reading the United States. If you want to know in Brazil, look it up. Receiver, a Netflix sports series. July 11th, Another Self Season 2. Vanished into the Night. Let's see, Vikings Valhalla Season 3. July 12th, let's see, anything over here. Exploding Kittens, a Netflix series. Let's see, July 15th, Midnight Sun and Trolls Band Together. July 16th, The Boy Next Door. I don't see anything else good. July 18th, Cobra Kai, Season 1, Part 1. It says, with Cobra Kai eliminated from the Valley, our senseis and students must decide if and how they will compete in the Sensei Takai, the World Championships of Karate. So that's going to be good. That's Part 1. And Skywalker's a love story, Netflix documentary. To save their career and relationship, a daredevil couple journey across the globe to climb the world's last super skyscraper and perform a life or death acrobatic stunt on the spire. Sounds like it could be decent. July 23rd, All American Season 6. July 24th, Dirty Pop, the boy band Scam, a Netflix documentary. The compelling docuseries tracks the rise and fall of Lou Pearlman, the music mogul who created and exploited some of the biggest boy bands of the 90s. Let's see, Resurrected Rides. Comedian Chris Redd works with a dream team of car experts to breathe new fire into worn-out rides with stunning, customized makeovers. And that looks like it's it. There's other stuff that's coming out, but nothing that's great. If you want to see the list, you can look. Oh, and then here we go. July 31st, the last day of July, Unsolved Mysteries, Volume 4. Cold cases, bizarre creatures, and more puzzling events are re-examined by witnesses, law enforcement, and experts in this chilling docuseries. Here's a few things leaving Netflix in July of 2024. War Dogs, Abducted in Plain Sight, The Bejeweled, Big Eyes, American Graffiti, Anaconda, Enough, Fatal Attraction, Glass, Hulk, King Richard, Knocked Up, Lucy, Moneyball, Public Enemies, Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil Retribution, Role Model, Shrek, Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2, Something's Gotta Give, The Great Wall, The Matrix movies, The Other Boylan Girl, The Theory of Everything, Top Gear Seasons 29 and 30, and Traffic are all leaving at the end of July. So make sure, if you want to check those out one last time before they go away, you have about a month to check those out. So yeah, let's move on now to Hulu and see what is coming to Hulu in the month of July. I had to check this out because it was funny, because I noticed there's some shark stuff on Hulu that's coming up, and arriving July 1st, some stuff. And I was like, when's Shark Week? Because it's always in July. It's July 7th, which is next Sunday. So we'll talk about Shark Week next week. Some stuff you can watch and schedules of some stuff. But Shark Week starts next week and it goes till July 18th. So I did see some shark stuff on Hulu. So here we go. What's coming July 1st? Attack of the Red Sea Sharks special premiere. Baby Sharks in the Sea special premiere. Shark Attack 360 special premiere. Shark Beach with Anthony Mackie. Shark vs. Ross Edgley. Sharks Gone Viral. Supersized Sharks. Blippi Anniversary Compilations. Blippi NASA episodes. Blippi Wonderful World Tour. OC No Co. Complete Season 1. 500 Days of Summer 2012, which came out in 2009. It's funny. Alien Covenant. Aliens. Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Alita, Battle Angel, Angels and Demons, Behind Enemy Lines, The Big Wedding, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Cable Guy, Couples Retreat, Courage Under Fire, Cry Macho, The Da Vinci Code, Ford versus Ferrari, Funny People, Garden State, Get Out, The Guilty, Hail Satan, Just Go With It, The Man Who Knew Too Little, Margaret, The Monuments Men, Mortal Engines, The Namesake, Predators. Oh, I hate when pop-ups come up right in the middle. Salt of the Earth, Rough Night, Sex Tape, Shanghai Nights, Shanghai Noon, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Source Code, Step Brothers, Super Troopers, Talladega Nights, The Battle of Ricky Bobby, Tangerine, Tragedy Girls, and The Wrath of Titans. Coming July 2nd, The Tunnel of Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes. Arriving July 3rd, Red Swan, 2-episode series premiere. After the First 48, Season 8B. Dark Gathering, The Evanescence Show, complete Season 2. Kennedy Season 1. Cocktails with Chloe, complete first season. Neighborhood Wars Season 5. Reincarnated as a Sword, Season 1. The Toys That Built America, Season 3. Coming on July 4th, Independence Day. Not the movie, I'm just saying it's Independence Day. Land of Tambaka, 3-episode series premiere. Arriving July 5th, 2020. True Crime Collection, Betrayed special premiere. Cell Phone, I don't know what that one is. It says 2024. The Monk and the Gun, and Muzzle. July 7th, IP Man, Kung Fu Master. July 8th, 13 Assassins, Jesus Camp, and the Queen of Versailles. Arriving July 9th, The Bachelorette Season 21 premiere. Barb and Star Go to Vista de Mar. Arriving July 10th, Celebrity Family Feud Season 10 premiere. Family Feud Decade of Laughs. Sasha Reed and the Midnight Order series premiere. July 11th, Mastermind to Think Like a Killer complete docuseries. Claim to Fame Season 3. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Season 3 premiere. The Animal Kingdom 2023 and Tyrell 2018. Arriving July 12th, Casey Anthony's Parents, The Lie Detector Test special premiere. HIP, High Intellectual Potential, complete seasons 1 through 3. And Inmate to Roommate, complete season 1. The Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose. Road Wars, Fast Charlie. Fern Brady, Power and Chaos. Lizzie's Locals, episode 1, 2, and 3. And Mark Normand, Out to Lunch. July 15th, Hit Monkey, complete season 2. Bloom Into You, season 1. Hitting Harrowing, complete season 1. July 17th, Unprisoned, complete season 2. July 18th, How I Caught My Killer. Girl in the Video, I Killed My BFF, complete season 4. Meet Mary Murder, season 1B. Mountain Men, complete season 12. And The Quake. July 19th, Lucky 13. Epcot Becoming, Inside the Transformation special premiere, and Press Your Luck season 6 premiere. The American, Bring Him to Me, and Cult Killer. July 23rd, Dress My Tour, and Femme. July 25th, Wayne Brady, The Family Remix series premiere. Court Cam season 6, The Return of Shelby the Swamp Man, and The Unexplained special presentation. Lousy Carter. July 26th, Playground, complete season 1. Ben Roy, Hyena, 2023. I think it's a comedy special. Brittany Schmidt from Ho to Housewife. Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, A Journey, A Song. Kyle Kinney, Shocks and Struts. The Origin of Evil, Sleeping Dogs, and Tim Heckner, An Evening with Tim Heckner. July 29th, Futurama season 12 premiere. Arriving July 30th is Betrayal, A Father's Secret complete docuseries. What's leaving Hulu in July? July 2nd, The Clove Hitch Killer, The Deer King, Disappearance at Clifton Hill, The House That Jack Built, The Nightingale, Personal Shopper, Sweet Virginia, Trespassers. Leaving July 4th, Ginger's Tale. Leaving July 12th, Automata, Bad Lieutenant, part of Call of New Orleans. I'm only going through big ones. July 17th, The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Made in Italy. Swallow. Let's see. Day of the Dead is leaving on July 19th. Let's see. I'm looking for some good ones that people would really know. Betsy's Wedding from 1990 is leaving July 30th. And here's the full list leaving on July 31st. 13 going on 30, About Last Night, The Beach, Black Hawk Down, Blue City, Castaway, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Joy Luck Club, Meet the Spartans, My Name is Khan, Once Upon a Time in America, Royal Tenenbaums, Rushmore, School for Scoundrels, St. Elmo's Fire, Van Helsing, Walk the Line, The Wedding Ringer, Weird Science, White Chicks, and White House Down. All leave at the end of July, on July 31st from Hulu. Last thing we're going to do, right before we are getting out of here, we are going to, of course, do our movies. Let's see where the movies were at the box office last week. All right, here we go. Coming in at number 10, Ghost, Right Here, Right Now. The weekend gross of $1.5 million, total gross of $2.6 million in its first week. Number 9 was The Watchers in week 3. Weekend gross of $1.9 million, total gross of $19 million. Thelma came in at number 8. Weekend gross of $2.3 million, total gross of $2.3 million, weeks released 1. The Exorcism, that did a weekend gross of $2.5 million, total gross of $3.5 million, weeks released 1. The movie If did a weekend gross of $2.7 million, a total gross of $108 million in 6 weeks out. That's with Ryan Reynolds. The Garfield movie still coming in at number 5 in the top 5, a weekend gross of $3.8 million, total gross of $87 million in 5 weeks. Number 4, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, week 7, $3.8 million, total gross of $165 million. The Bike Riders in week 1 did a weekend gross of $9.7 million, total gross of $12 million. Let's see. Number 2, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, still coming in week 3 at number 2. Did the first week at number 1 and then 2 weeks at number 2. Did $19 million last weekend and $153 million total gross at the box office. Not too shabby. But this one, holy shit, did $101 million last week. Inside Out 2, second week in the row at number 1, $401 million total in 2 weeks. That's insane for any movie to do that, especially a kids movie. So definitely go check out Inside Out 2 this weekend, or Bad Boys Ride or Die, The Bike Riders, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, any of those movies. Other than that, I don't know. Hold on one second. Alright, so here's a couple of new movies I had from Dean Richards from WGN. I didn't get his reviews for it. You got to watch the video for that. But here's 3 new movies in theaters. Horizon, Quiet Place Day 1, which is like a horror movie. It actually looks pretty decent in the previews. And Kind of Kindness. So we'll see if any of those make the top 10 this weekend. I think for sure the movies Horizon and Quiet Place to Live Day 1 may make the top 10. But we'll see what's number 1 next week at the box office. Will Inside Out 2 still be in there? And will Bad Boys 2 still come in at, or Bad Boys come in at number 2 still? We'll see what happens. Don't forget to check out the new, well, I'll be on next Wednesday, because next Thursday is July 4th. I'm doing my show on Wednesday because I want to get it done so I can enjoy 4th of July weekend. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'm off, so I want to enjoy those 3 days. So I'm going to do my show on Wednesday and get it done a day earlier than normal, and so I'm going to be back then. So I'll see everybody next Wednesday, but don't forget to check out that new Eddie Murphy movie, Beverly Hills Cop movie, coming out next week. That's going to be good. Also, The Bear came out. I believe that's on Hulu. I'm not sure. I don't watch it, but The Bear is out the next season, so make sure you check that out too this weekend. Binge some movies. It's going to be nice out some of the weekend, but it's going to rain a little bit on Saturday, so maybe Saturday stay in and watch some movies. Sunday's supposed to be the nicer day. It's supposed to be like 76 and sunny, so if you're going to get out, I think Sunday be the better day to do that. But yeah, definitely check all that stuff out, and I will see everybody next week. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Make sure you check out all my old shows, and check me out on YouTube and all the socials. All those are in the show comments, so make sure you do that. I'll see everybody next week. Until then, stay safe, be healthy, and love you much. I'll see you guys all. I love you lots. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.